Hey, howdy-ho neighbor, and welcome to the Family Farmer. Hey, and I'm going to be your host today. Ain't going to do a whole lot of work today, but let's talk compost. Okay, nice simple stuff, right? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Hey, what is compost? Compost is organic matter that is broke down. Okay, does compost breathe? Yeah, it does. Does compost grow? Yeah, it does. And there's many ways you can make compost. Uh, if it's biodegradable, people, you can use it. Okay, just think of it as being biodegradable. Um, that's just about it. There's a lot of things you can't put in compost. Do not put in animal waste, as in dog poop or cat poop. You don't want any meat scraps because animals get into that. Although you can use it, but I would recommend against it. You don't want to use grease, dairy products. Uh, Eggshells are good. You sit there and you grind them up. Just throw them in the microwave for a minute, grind them up, throw them in your compost pile. And of course, there's a lot of ways to do compost. A lot of people use a compost tumbler, the ones that you turn, either with a crank or by hand. Some use compost bins. Some use compost piles. Some use cardboard boxes like I'm trying right there. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do here with this is I'm throwing stuff in here and I'm just letting it rot. Yep, I'm just letting it rot. We're going to be pulling these weeds out, those tomato plants, all that stuff will go in here. And I'm just going to let this rot all winter long. I'm doing it as kind of like an experiment. Okay. Of course, my box is actually it's holding up pretty good. And so this is just an experiment. Okay. And I'm not going to turn it. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to do anything with it until next spring. But I'm just going to just keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it. Okay, and of course some people use wire fences. Well, this is my worm bed, but if this was a compost pile, you could just keep on adding stuff in there. Okay, that's for my night crawlers. Okay, now over here, I have a compost pile. Okay, look at that. She's starting to cool down because look at, I have weeds growing in there. But look at how this is shaping up into compost. Yeah. Boy, is this some nice stuff. And of course there's some cow manure I got piled on top because I emptied my bucket on there. Okay. And the reason I have my compost pile here and not like over there is because if you notice in one of my other videos, this is actually a new garden for me. Next summer, I will extend my garden out there and start a pile out there. Here I want my pile in the garden. So all those bioorganisms and bacteria and all that stuff go into my garden right now. Okay, so next spring I will not have a very good garden, but I will have a good garden. Okay. Another thing I have here is my manure buckets. Now my manure buckets, if you'd notice, I have holes in them, and I put fresh cow manure in there, and I'll add water in there. And I have holes in the bottom of each tub, and what that does, it's like a compost tea. It will sift that water, leach that water right through the bottom of the bucket and into the garden itself, giving me all those scientific terms, bioorganism, bacteria, and all that other stuff that will eat up everything, you know, and compost it down better. Yes, this is going to be one good garden come next next spring. Of course, there's some bags. I went and got some bags of some of my chicken poo when I was raising chickens, and but I'll show you that in another video. But you know, and here, you know, here's one way of doing compost. I showed you my winter compost bucket I have on the porch. That's another way. Of course, my leaded rod box. Just let it rot. People. There's no right way. There's no wrong way of doing compost. If you can look, and everybody does it different. So if anybody tells you, hey, do it this way, hey, do your compost the way you want. It's your compost, it's your garden, and it's your life. Hey, and you want to do the best you can. So I'll tell you what, if you have any questions, hey, go below and ask me any questions or give me any tips. Hey, if I forgot something, let me know. And I'll tell you what, people, organic gardening is the way to go. Hey, so keep on composting and you take care. Bye-bye then.